Refill my drink.
All clear.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deus Ex. Last episode, we came to Hell's Kitchen. We, watched Unatco clear out a bunch of guys from the park. And we did some other shit. Right now, though, we're going to the
We
clinic.
took him out.
We've been told to go to the clinic and check out what's there. So, let's go ahead and do that. No weapons allowed beyond this point, huh? Well, we better obey by the rules, I guess. Let's get some light in here. Jesus Christ, so dark.
I heard a lot of shooting outside. They told me to come in here.
That's probably the best place to be.
The riot cops are running scared.
Reminds me of Washington. I was there when the NSF overran CLoWnn, back when they were called the Northwest Secessionist Forces.
Were you at CLoWnn?
Yeah, it was night. They came in with thermoptic camo and we never picked them up on any of the sensors. What a goddamn mess.
I didn't know.
Had a hard time sleeping after that. Didn't do real good on the psych evals either. Got drummed out in short order.
The Army probably didn't want to have any reminders hanging around.
Yeah, and now look what they got. NSF in downtown Manhattan. Same guys that nearly whooped us in the Northwest. Bet the brass remembers CLoWnn now. Sorry, I ain't got nothing for you.
You ain't got nothing for me. Well, that's
Christ. You see the guy begging for a cure?
Yeah, what about him?
It won't help. There is no cure.
How do you know?
They show you stuff in the military. You want to know the real battlefield? It's microscopic. We can't even see it. Lucky for me, I got immunizations, but that guy, well, once you're infected, you're infected.
And what about me?
I don't know. You got lucky. Not a bad thing to be.
So there's no cure for the Great Death, huh? So what's ambrosia then if it's not a cure? Maybe these guys are just on crack.
I wish to hell they'd give us the all clear.
You making a play today?
Nah, scavenged some copper wiring. Wanted to get back and try it out in the sculpture.
Christ, you and the sculptures. What's this one called?
The Man Who Was Thursday.
Makes as much sense as the last one. What was it called? Napoleon something or other?
Napoleon of Notting Hill.
Doesn't seem much use for sculpture today.
There's always tomorrow.
The Man Who Was Thursday, huh? Well, maybe we'll see that again sometime.
Hey there. I'm Raphael. This here's Jake.
Hey,
Hey, Jake. So what's going on with you guys, huh?
what? Just call me when the shooting's over.
I wish to hell they'd give us the all clear.
Okay, well they're just gonna loop their
Welcome
dialogue.
to Tenderloin Clinic.
Tenderloin Clinic, huh? Well, you could tend to my loins.
Please proceed to the examining room.
Whoa, now we're talking, lady. Whew. Well, what's your password?
We accept all forms of digital cash. Please have your card ready.
Cash? Man, and I thought you liked me. Jeez, you're just out to get my money.
It's all ice cream and lollipops. That's what the nice man on TV said.
Ooh, sick female indeed.
Not now. Please. Leave me alone.
So, this clinic's a rather depressing place. No one's really having much fun.
If you think you have Grey Death, please pick up an information packet.
No, I don't have Grey Death, but, maybe I'll pick up an information packet regardless. This is a rather high urinal.
I'm in charge of law enforcement on this block. You doing alright?
Yeah. They told me to come in here. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. Just making sure everyone's safe.
Hey, while you're at it, you ought to do something about the NSF. Perfectly good shelter.
You know what they're doing in this neighborhood?
Kicked us out of the old Osgood place. A bunch of us camping in the tunnels. Talk about rights, but when they want something, they take it.
Maybe I'll look into it. You take care of yourself.
So, we got a note. NSF operating in the Osgood place. Well, could that be Osgood and Sons? Probably, we can assume. Well, no one in the ladies' restroom to yell at us this time. That's always a good thing. I'm not quite sure about these toilets having no booths. Seems a bit public, I don't know. Maybe they're not too concerned with the welfare of sick people. What else we got? Family First. Health Living Series. Looks like there's a little bit of an atrium in here. Let's see if we've got anything to find. Completely devoid of anything interesting. That's a shame. It's nice to see a tree, though.
Got a few credits?
You have the plague?
Nah. Cops ran us off the streets. Usually I go into the water tunnels in the warehouse district, but somebody boarded up the window.
You live in a tunnel?
Actually, I like to stay on the roof of this big apartment building. Nice view, if it's not too cold. There's a freight elevator at the end of the tunnel.
Where's that window you were talking about?
It's a basement window in the park south of the hotel.
Yeah, I think we've been to that window. We found a bioelectric cell on one of the pipes. Was that yours?
One thing about the warehouse district. You've got to know which buildings are safe. Some have armed guards.
Sounds like he's talking about where we want to go.
One of the doctors can help you.
Okay, well, I'm just about to talk to this guy. Cool it, lady.
You look like the do-it-yourself type. How about the automated care plan? Only 2,000 credits. Medkits are 300, but if you want augmentation work, you need the bots.
So, this guy, if we pay for the full program, he'll let us into the area with a medbot and shit, and that'll cost 2,000 credits, but we don't really want to do that, do we? And medkits, we've got plenty of those.
Never mind.
As you wish.
2,000's a bit steep, you know?
Who will help the widow's son?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else. The NSF are playing right into our hands.
Looks like this guy's got his own code phrase. Interesting.
Wait your turn. You must pay the doctors in cash before treatment can begin.
Yeah, I got it. Alright, just chill. So, we can see a medbot in there, and we do have an augmentation canister, but this is going to cost 4 tools to get in.
Plague tests are free.
And how many credits do we have? 2,341. Just doesn't seem to be that good of a deal, honestly. 2,000 credits and 4 multi-tools. But we can go through this door.
I want satisfaction.
We've done all that we can. It's time for you to go.
This is supposed to be a free clinic. Bet you do something if I had more money.
You've got the plague, sir.
You know, rich people don't get Grey Death.
Don't make me call security.
Like Mr. Billionaire Bob Page. He don't have it. The president don't have it. I never seen a movie star who's got it. You don't have it.
Sounds like there's a bit of a bureaucratic process when it comes to the Grey Death. Interesting. He mentioned Bob Page. Could that be of Page Industries? We could probably assume so, since he's a billionaire. So he's the one that owns all these ATMs, huh? And the President, President Meade, he doesn't have the Grey Death. Well, interesting. He is an alien from outer space, though. You've got to remember that. They don't get the Grey Death. I like how the bodies only start bleeding when you throw them. And they're so very stiff as well. Anyway. So we don't have the right code for this nano key, but if you stand in the right way, you can steal the medkit right from through there, so you don't even need to open it. Well, we can't jump on the chair, that's disappointing.
This line has been shut down by order of UNESCO.
UNATCO's shutting down the phone lines? Manderley never told me of such a thing. Let's hack into NYCom communications and see what we've got. Maybe we'll pick up something about the Grey Death. Who knows? J or Red, weekly report. Just scanning for codes. Doesn't seem to be any. Alice Priest. Doesn't seem to be anything about codes for the other room.
Vectors. The vectors are all wrong.
About time you took your pills. Let's just check these corners with the light. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, look at that. There's something else in there. Well, if I could jump up here, it'd all be good, but JC doesn't have very functional legs. There we go. Nothing here? Could have sworn there was a nano key. Alright. Well, maybe we'll find something on the receptionist's computer.
Please do not disturb the other patient.
I'm not. God, JC. He catches so much flack for nothing. Hello again, love. Working hard as ever. Excuse me? Doesn't seem to be anything important. Well, I'm sure we don't need whatever's in there.
You see the guy begging for a cure?
Yep, you're just gonna keep repeating those lines. Anyway, I think we're done here. Let's go. So, next stop will be the Underworld Tavern. Now, which way would that be?
All clear.
All clear, yep. Well, here's the back entrance here. There is a data cube on the ground. NY First Federal National Bank to John Palmer. We regret the breach of security in your New York First Federal account. We here at NYFF obviously take such matters seriously and will hold you in no way responsible for the damages incurred. All of your assets prior to the unauthorized transactions have been transferred to account number 947761 with the PIN number 2867. We suggest you change this PIN number as soon as you had a chance to verify your new account. Again, our most sincere apologies. Rest assured that NYFF will ensure that such intrusions do not happen again. Sincerely, Bob Latham, Vice President, Computer Security, New York First Federal National Bank. So that's an ATM code. The problem with the ATM code, you'll find, is that the codes are so long that you often forget what the code was that you have to put in by the time you get out of the menu and go into the ATM menu.
Stay out of the town, bro. Bad shit going down.
Yep. Indeed. So he's just reminding us that we do have a hostage situation to take care of in the hotel, but we'll get to that. Chinese lunar mine operational, APR Beijing, China. Chinese authorities today announced that their state-of-the-art Shu Enlai lunar mining complex is operational, forgive my pronunciation, and functioning at 100% capacity. We are pleased to be making significant progress not just in pushing back the boundaries of exploration for all humanity, but in developing the lunar territories in a way that benefits the Chinese people in the global market, said CLoWnn, Chinese Premier. While the United States and Nigeria still dispute China's claims to the lucrative Palace Somni and Mare Crisium regions, Chinese construction has proceeded apace while diplomatic negotiations continue. We feel we have some valid claim to these territories, certainly, said Robert Holden, Secretary of the Interior for the US. But we would prefer to find an equitable arrangement that would allow our countries to work together in developing man's first real home outside of our own planet. The first ore delivery from the factory will be launched by mass driver tomorrow and should arrive in Earth orbit by next week. So it seems like there is some sort of attempt made to send some probes into outer space. That's always a good thing to do. That's never ended badly before. So this is the back entrance into the underworld tavern. Messing up my words all over the place lately. And there's no weapons allowed in here either. What's the point of even being a cop if we can't have police perks? Unisex toilets. What a bizarre concept. Nothing of note in here, as far as I can tell.
You the guy that helped Sandra?
I think your friend is gonna be alright.
What about Johnny?
He's on his back in the alley.
Serves him right. About time.
What can you tell me about his boss, Jojo?
Oh, Jojo, he's nothing, man. We used to go out. His body mods? Cosmetic. Scars? I saw him cut his face one time just so he'd look mean.
Maybe I'll cap his ass, too.
Well, if you ever want to get into the warehouse where he hides out, I know the code. It's 3316.
Thanks. You've been very helpful.
Okay, so we have a code, 3316. Presumably for the warehouse where Jojo hangs out. Jojo. Oh, Jojo. We can play pool here if we wanted to. Physics are actually not that bad. Especially considering the rather rough sides of the balls. Used car salesman?
Joe Green, Midnight Sun, glad to know you. What can you tell me about what's going on out there?
Sorry, regulations prevent me from talking to the press.
Regulations, huh? So you are part of the crackdown.
Like I said, I have nothing to say.
Too stylish for the National Guard? Too athletic for NYPD? You must be from UNATCO.
I really can't be bothered right now.
Okay, so if we keep talking to Joe Green, we're gonna start getting into trouble with the with the agency. So, for purposes of completion, we should probably talk to him. But you know, JC has always been one to follow the rules, so we better leave him alone for now.
Don't you have someplace to go?
You're looking at it.
I think I know your father. He runs the ton, right?
So?
You could at least let your father know you're alright.
He knows where I am.
You mad at him or something?
No, but I don't want him running my life like he runs that cheap hotel.
He doesn't do such a bad job.
He never got nowhere because he never took chances. That ain't me. I'm gonna do things my way.
I think you should be more grateful for what he's done. Let's leave it at that.
And I think Sandra should wear more clothes. That's not really very covering, you know? But who am I to judge? Picking up some good shit in here.
buy ambrosia from a drug dealer?
We're talking about your wife, the Grey Death.
I don't know. If I gave it to her, and it was cut...
Jojo's good for it. People know him. He'd be hanging from a streetlight if he was selling bad vaccine. Hey, Shay, Cape Cod. Here's a little vodka this time. Coming up.
Guess I have to do something. Yes?
Well, I don't think we should really go the tell me where you plan to get ambrosia or I'll make sure you're arrested. I don't think we should go that route. We should go the more subtle route. Now that we have the option, we shouldn't make JC play to his strengths. We should just stay cool.
Just curious. I thought I heard you say ambrosia.
My wife has the plague.
He already lost his daughter.
Sorry to hear that.
So do I trust some street punk called Jojo to get me pharmaceuticals? Trust him with my wife's life?
I thought ambrosia was an urban legend.
Jojo probably just wants to sound like a player. I shouldn't get my hopes up.
I don't know what to say. You just have to do what you think is right.
Well, you could tell him not to go buying shit from a drug dealer, seeing as you are a cop.
I think he should do it.
Yeah, right.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Hey, you look like the vigilante type. What if I said I knew where you could load up on military hardware?
You mean that guy smuggler across the street?
Already know him, huh? Too bad. Hey, how about I tell you about something you can't hear from anybody else?
What's that?
Area 51. You heard of it, right?
Actually, I'd rather hear whether you know anything about the thug that goes by the name of Jojo.
I worked out there. Most people think they got aliens from another planet, but I didn't see any flying saucers. You want to hear about it? I'll tell you. For the price of a beer.
Really? We've got to buy you a beer for that? And more importantly, why does your zip go down from your shirt into your pants? That's what I'd really like to know. Jock. Jock. Why do they call you that? Don't you just stare at me like that, asshole. We're looking fly. Oh yeah.
What can I get you?
Oh.
You work here, you must know the area. Heard of anyone hiding a large generator?
Not exactly. But if it's anywhere, it's probably in the warehouse district.
Where's that?
A few blocks south. Not a bad walk, but the riot police have blocked the roads because of the NSF.
I'd like to check it out.
Well, you may be out of luck. Even though one of the old warehouses faces onto the park, I don't know how you'd get inside.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Something to drink? Everything in the bar, snacks too, just 10 credits.
That's some heavy augmentation, actually, on your arms there.
That's some heavy augmentation.
Yeah. Ask your Natco, what's it to you?
I'm in the business.
Well, I was in an early program, okay? I can still polish a glass. Good luck with your business.
Man, JC just pisses off everyone, doesn't he? Sometimes not even on purpose. I like the,
Shoot.
Whoa.
Never mind.
Nothing right now. I was just pointing out that you've got a daddy pot and a baby pot. I think that's kinda cute. Anyway. A plant. Man, how much for the plant? Fucking love plants. Well, we've got plenty of beers, don't we? We already have 10, there's no need to buy another one.
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
That one's warm. Get me something from the bartender.
Well, motherfucker.
Shoot.
A beer, please.
You better get rid of some gear if you want to carry anything else.
Oh, well, bitch face. Alright, alright. God.
What'll it be?
Nothing.
Never mind.
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, but we were doing so well. There we go.
Shoot.
A beer, please.
There you go.
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
I want one of Shay's ice-cold brown bullets. You too cheap to buy?
Oh, you're shitting me, Jock. Fucker.
What'll it be?
A beer, please.
There you go.
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
I appreciate it. Yep, I know for a fact it's not just for government research. I've seen all kinds of executives coming and going.
I'm sure plenty of bureaucrats fly out there.
Billionaires, big executives. I think the whole place has been taken over by a private corporation.
Not likely.
Something's going on underground. I'm a pilot, which means I didn't get any access to the main complex. But a lot of rock comes out of there. It's some kind of mine. But what I don't understand is why they're always laying more fiber optic cables.
A pilot? What do you fly?
Copters. You know what I think? I think that's where the UN moved Echelon 4 back when they promised they were going to stop spying on people.
Surveillance is a very distributed technology. To centralize it in one large facility would be very unusual, even for the UN.
I bet they did it. They want to centralize everything. Every computer on the planet.
Careful now, Jock, you're starting to sound a little crazy. What, with all this, surveillance equipment being loaded into Area 51, owned by private corporations? What the fuck are you smoking? Maybe it's time I stopped giving you beers.
Know anything that's worth the price of a beer?
Ah, this old bird's had enough. Hell, I'm about to go on duty.
What kind of chopper pilot starts work at midnight?
You're with UNATCO, right?
Why do you ask?
I'm the one that flies your brother Paul to Hong Kong. He told me to watch out for you.
I didn't know UNATCO hired pilots.
The black choppers are run by the NSA to support various classified operations. Pentagon uses them, the CIA. They hired me because I don't ask any questions.
Okay, so, sounds like Jock knows Paul. Who the hell doesn't know Paul, honestly? There's a few ATMs back here that we can use. Like I said, transferring the account numbers from the data cube is a massive pain in the ass. It really is just easier hacking. I'm not sure if the amounts vary if you use the data cube or if you just hack. I should probably check that out one day, but can't be bothered to try, honestly. That's what you want to hear. So, these public access terminals are the same as we saw in the subway station, so there's no need to check those out in more detail. And we get 150 skill points for leaving out the front door, but none for going in the back door. Okay, so what is there left to do? Well, we could go down in the sewers and rescue the smuggler's friend, but there's also a hostage situation happening at the hotel. That's probably a bigger priority right now. Seeing as we also have to go into Paul's place and find out what's going on in there, so let's go ahead and do that.
What's your business here, Agent?
Just going up to my brother's room.
You better hold off. The NSF retreated in there about half an hour ago, and they've taken hostages. We're waiting on a specialist.
I'm your specialist. Just tell me where the hostages are being held.
No one's standing in your way, but you'll have to go in alone. Our orders are to hold the perimeter. We think the terrorists are on the second floor.
Carry on, Corporal.
Agent?
The terrorists are on the second floor, huh? Well, I think I can think of a way of getting straight up there. And it involves going up this ladder. So going up here will take you directly into Paul's room. And there's a ladder leading to the roof. Let's check out the roof. See if there's anything there. There's another ladder, but we can't jump up there right now. But what we can do is walk around here. There's quite a lot of windows on these buildings. Oh shit. It's clipping right through the roof. I've never seen that before. There you go. Doesn't look like there's anything down there. Alright then. Let's carry on. And we'll enter the room below us. Through the window. Paul left his light on. And he leaves his money under the table. That makes no sense. Close this door in case there's someone else in here other than us. And a book in the bathroom. That's the best place for one. CIA Fact Book 2050, Hong Kong. Economic Overview. In the decades since Hong Kong has been returned to Chinese control, it has seen its economy thrive under the newly resurgent authority of the Chinese central government. Led by a thriving technological market in human augmentation technology, the real GDP has peaked every year since 2041, with all forecasting models predicting that this trend will continue well into the next decade, if not beyond. However, the statistics do not present an entirely accurate depiction of the state of the Hong Kong economy, as they fail to depict the flourishing grey and black market that operates with at least the tacit approval of the Beijing regime. While political oppression continues to present a major and ongoing problem to those living under Chinese rule, entrepreneurism, is alive and well in the form of organised crime. As has always been the case, anything and everything can be held for a price in Hong Kong. Many of these criminal organisations can trace their lineage directly to the triads that have existed for thousands of years throughout China and Southeast Asia. Well, we keep hearing about these triads in Hong Kong. Jock said that he flew Paul out to Hong Kong. Maybe there's something to be said for that. And here's the keypad behind the painting. And a very dark room. With nothing in it. Well, we can hear a terrorist out there. So we better be as quiet as possible. Quick note, if you need any help with work, check the painting on the wall and count back from 4. Gotta run. -P. Vishnu's Fall, a brief history of the Indian crisis. After the bombing, Indian officials issued a series of stern warnings to Pakistan that were rebuffed with denials of responsibility and dire threats that any attempt to use the bombings as a pretext for military action would be met with force in kind. From the viewpoint of the present-day historiographer, this was a crucial event, a game of brinksmanship that had been played between Pakistan and India many, many times before, and so, while tragic, it is also easily understood how clear signs of the impending catastrophe might have been ignored. Like two kids shoving each other on the playground, said historian Alistair Brooks. You never expect them to come to blows. That was before Pakistan began the trials of the Calcutta 16, and both nations descended into a maelstrom of political upheaval that would eventually culminate in the exchange of nuclear warheads. Wow. Sounds like things aren't going too well in the Middle East right now. Sounds about right. So, we can rob Paul of his soft drinks. But we have too many of them right now, so we'll take his soy food as well. Ah, the toaster. Unchanged with the flow of time. Well, we'll count back from 4 as the message said. And I just goofed that up really badly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, there we go. I can count backwards, it's okay. My finger slipped, honestly. And holy shit. Ain't this some secret agent shit right here. And we'll take all of this. There's really no reason not to. We already have a ballistic armor though, we don't need that. And we're full on medkits. Hey Cloud Skull, didn't have a chance to get your own net accounts. Feel free to use mine in the meantime. Log in as P. Denton and password is CLoWnn. Make yourself at home and I'll see you soon. -P. Okay.
When are we gonna see some action?
Well, P. Denton and CLoWnn, if I can spell it correctly. There we go. Sweet Charity, miss you. I left a message on your machine, but wanted to follow up. With both of us travelling, it's hard to get together, isn't it? I miss you so much. I'll make it up to you when I get back. Oh wait, your brother's staying with you, isn't he? Well, just wait till you're alone. We'll work things out. Promise. Kisses. Sweet Charity, huh? Sounds like Paul's getting a bit of ass. Kavork Inc. Spam. Tired of your life. Well, spam messages are never fun. Message from Jaime to JC. How does he know he's using Paul's account? Thought I'd help you unload your boxes, but I'm tied down getting to one of my medical analyzers working. Damn thing nearly lasered off one of my fingers. Catch you later for a beer, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'm definitely worried about the test results. There are some implications there that I'm afraid to pursue too much further. I'll talk to Tracer. Proceed with caution. -P. Who's he sending that to? Did not reach the following recipients. 1HK2net on Wednesday. Unable to deliver message due to communications failure. To Juan.
This is a long-ass shit.
That couldn't possibly be Juan Lebedev, could it? Why would Paul have contact with the leader of the NSF? Must be someone else, clearly. Mr. Denton, we've received your order for Blue Harvest and see you next Wednesday. At your earliest possible convenience, please remit 110 credits, at which point they will be shipped immediately. Thank you for your business, Marcy Playground. Vibrant videos. Man, Paul's getting into some serious shit. Vibrant videos. Man. They still use cassette tapes in this future? Surely not. Guy's standing right at the doorway.
Who's there? I think the log.
Okay, so we can lock ourselves in Paul's secret cupboard and wait for the heat to die down. I think we're pretty safe though, unless there's a guy standing right there. That would be pretty funny. Surprise, asshole! But it looks like we're pretty safe for the moment. These tranquilizer darts don't seem to be taking people down as quickly as I remember them. And of course we find a pistol and a knife, why wouldn't we? There's a newspaper at Paul's door. We'll have to read this in a bit though, once we've cleared out the terrorists. Let's climb this elevator shaft, there might be some stuff hidden up here. You never know. Yeah, it looks like there's a multi-tool. We can get round to it. There we go. I could have just gone around this way, if you think about it. And I'll save it just in case we fall, because the ladder physics aren't that great, honestly. There we go. And this flickering light can really hurt your eyes. Oh god. Oh, they feel like they're burning. Fucking hell. Alright. So we'll just go up here. Alright. Now, the guy said that the hostages were up on the second floor, but they may not be. There may be some downstairs, so we better be careful. Oh! Oh, well, there's the guy we hit with the tranquilizer dart. But there's still another one around clearing his throat.
Take him out. Oh, oh, God damn.
I'm not sure how that guy saw me. I was quite clearly hidden, but anyway.
You alright, Mr. Renton?
Fine, I think that's all of them. You got the guys upstairs, right?
Yeah. By the way, I saw your daughter down the street. She didn't look so good.
Sandra? Was she coming back to the hotel?
I took care of a thug who was harassing her, but she's still mixed up in some pretty nasty business. You better talk to her.
No. No more talking. If you see her, tell her I don't care what she's been doing. She can come home. No questions, no speeches.
I'll tell her she can trust you.
Okay, well that's the secondary goal completed. And this portrait looks to be of Sandra. Back when she looked reasonable, I guess. It's a nano key for the Ton Hotel North Room. Some money. A newspaper. This is the one outside Paul's door, so we can read this here. Bellevue reports increase in admittance. New World Press, New York. Bellevue Hospital has reported a 50% increase in the number of patients admitted over the last 3 months compared to this same time period last year. A disturbing trend, says Dr. James Cabell, and one that's been stressing our personnel to the limits. Many of these admitted are homeless, that the police can't or won't deal with, some of them afflicted with the Grey Death. We simply don't have the facilities to deal with those cases, and most of the hospitals refuse to accept them. Many have linked the outbreak of mental illness to the recent rise in recreational drug use, in particular the new designer drug Zyme, which we picked up in the park. Speaking on condition of anonymity, one public official said that Zyme has simply become a threat to the public welfare. There have already been discussions with Washington on a zero-tolerance situation. Solution. Others have suggested chemical contamination could be the culprit, citing the recent chlorine spill that has rendered the East River almost lifeless. Yeah, we read that in the water advisory on the public info terminal. The Man Who Was Thursday by G.K. Chesterton. Well, we heard about The Man Who Was Thursday from that guy in the clinic, didn't we? First of all, what is it really all about? What is it you object to? You want to abolish government? To abolish God, said Gregory, opening the eyes of a fanatic. We do not only want to upset a few despotisms and police regulations. That sort of anarchism does exist, but it is a mere branch of the nonconformists. We dig deeper and we blow you higher. We wish to deny all those arbitrary distinctions of vice and virtue, honour and treachery, upon which mere rebels base themselves. They are silly sentiments of the French Revolution talked of the rights of man. We hate rights as we hate wrongs. We have abolished right and wrong. And right and left, said Simon with simple eagerness. I hope you will abolish them too. They are much more troublesome to me. Seems to be an excerpt from a novel. Interesting what that could have to do with anything. So, Mr. Renton said, told us that all of the terrorists had been taken out. I have no reason not to believe him. And we get 65 skill points for rescuing the hostages.
Trying to catch my breath.
Let's try and find that north door that we can open.
Thanks for taking care of those guys. You from the police?
UNATCO.
Yeah? Well, you might be interested. I heard them talking. They said something about how they had just put in a generator in a warehouse a few streets south of here.
Did you catch the name of the street?
No, but they were talking about their security setup.
Anything interesting?
It sounded like there was underground access. They're using the word righteous as some kind of password.
That's very helpful. Thanks.
Righteous, huh? That's a password. Interesting.
Thought I was a goner.
Ah, here's the door. Ah. Excuse me, sir. The hostages have been... Oh. Oh. Zyme, huh? Looks like we have an overdose case here. Well, and a bricked-in window. That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. Rather large bathrooms, aren't they? Have you been saved? I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. Join the net church of God and know that your immortal soul will truly be saved. Backed up on a data cube and stored in our secure hardened crypt until the day of rapture. Don't trust your soul to other religions that promise similar services based on vague, ambiguous, and unverifiable promises of forgiveness and acceptance. That whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have eternal life. The exact location of our crypts is a closely guarded secret, but rest easy knowing that you're protected by miles of rock somewhere beneath the Appalachian Mountains. Even in the events of a catastrophe, biblical or otherwise, an auxiliary nuclear generator will ensure that your soul's checksum is verified daily for millennia to come, while surface sensors constantly monitor for the last days when the crypts will be open and all souls will be free to ascend to heaven. Why trust your soul to anything else? Net Church of God. Interesting. Seems that religion is somewhat more organized than it already is. And I think we can spare one of our 8 picks for this door. A medkit that we don't need, and a biocell that we do need. Not really worth a pick, but whatever. It'll do. So I think we're done here. There's a data cube back here. And that's another account number. I'm not going to read that out loud. Because simply it's not important.
You saved my life.
Yep, JC's pretty good, and we're starting to run out of time, so we want to just get to the important
I should
stuff.
probably go find her. Oh, I don't know.
Hotel register. No one there really rings a bell.
Maybe she'll come in from the fighting.
Maybe she will, man. There's an ATM here that we can hack into. So, this episode's drawing to a close, but there is one thing I want to do before we finish this episode off. And robbing this guy is one of them. And we can now leave through the front door. It's no big deal.
There were a couple of NSF on the second floor. I took care of the situation.
What about the hostages?
Doing fine. You guys can relax.
Guess we didn't need that specialist after all.
I am the fucking specialist, I told you that. God damn it. Okay. Yep, there's one more thing. And that is this way. So remember next episode, what we have left to do is we have to rescue the smuggler's friend in the sewers, and we also have to get going with the main mission, finding that generator. So maybe this will even take 4 episodes. Who knows? The thing about this game is the levels are quite long. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to Sandra one last time.
Mind your own business.
You've got to go...
I don't need you or anybody telling me what to do.
Go talk to your dad, come on.
Somebody should take a wrecking ball to that scummy hotel. Jojo shouldn't stick us with guys like Johnny. That ain't cool.
Okay, well, looks like Sandra doesn't want to go back home. That's rather disappointing. But it looks like we're done here. So, you know the drill. See you later.